Hi, welcome to Piano Lesson with Warren. My name is Warren McPherson. It's been a few weeks since I've posted my last tutorial, but now I'm back and ready to get back into the weekly schedule of posting YouTube videos. In today's tutorial, we're going to talk about a very important tool that is often overlooked, and that is the sustain pedal. We spend a lot of time talking about chords and scales and licks and runs and all of that, but the sustain pedal is sort of like the behind the scene magic. Now, the sustain pedal is there to sustain the sound. So when you play a chord and you lift your hand from the chord, you hear that chord continues to echo and to resound. That is caused from the sustain pedal. And if we just back up a little bit and take a look at the acoustic piano, the acoustic piano sustain pedal works this way. When you play a key, there's a hammer that hits a string inside the piano. That string vibrates, and this is how sound is produced on the piano. Now, the sustain pedal on the piano, when you press the sustain pedal, it makes it so that the hammer that hits the string stays away from the string, so the string vibrates longer. The longer the string vibrates, the more sound you'll continue to get. Because what happens when you press a key, as soon as you release that key, it goes back and stops the string from vibrating. And that's why the sound disappears. The sustain pedals now, sustain pedal, keep that hammer away from the string so it continues to vibrate. And this is how the sustain pedal works on the acoustic piano. On the digital piano now, it's different because it's all circuit boards and all that electronic stuff. But the function is the same. You play a key, when you release your hand, the sound goes. If you use the sustain pedal, once you keep that pedal down, the sound lasts longer. See? Now let's talk about the feet. See, I recommend this sustain pedal for a few reasons. For one, it's bigger, it's more durable, and it's heavier, so it doesn't move around when you're using it. We often use the sustain pedal, or it's recommended that you use the sustain pedal with your right leg. The left leg we use for like a volume pedal or any other pedals that we use along with the keyboard. Also, if you're playing a real piano, you realize that most piano have two pedals or three. One is called a soft touch pedal that dampens the sound so the volume is not as loud as it is, and we use the left leg for that. But for this video, we're just going to focus on the right leg and the use of the sustain pedal. Now, when you're using the sustain pedal, it is imperative that you keep your heel grounded. I see people pedal like that. You don't want to pedal like that. See, drummers, for the kick, the kick pedal on the drum, a lot of drummers use that technique. That's okay. I don't know much about drumming, but for the sustain pedal, you want to keep your heel flat. And you think of the sustain pedal as just tapping. Or for those of us that drive, your foot on the gas pedal, that's how you'd work the gas pedal, yeah? And it's the same way you want to think of the sustain pedal for a few reasons. One, your calf won't get tired from holding up your entire leg, pedaling like that. And two, it is less noticeable when you pedal like this opposed to this. Your entire leg moves up and down. When I'm pedaling like this now, it's not noticeable at all. Most people are not even aware that I'm using a sustain pedal. You can't hear it, and my foot's not making much movements. So that's how you want to situate your feet, your foot when you're pedaling. Heel flat, and we use the toe part of our foot, just the toes, for the sustain pedal. You don't want to use your entire foot like that. And you don't want to be too far out, but nice and comfortable at the ball part of your foot. Yeah. So that's the mechanics of how you want to situate your foot with the sustain pedal. Now let's talk about how you use the pedaling. When should you pedal? When should you release, etc. Now the sustain pedal. Remember that the sustain pedal is there to sustain a note that is played. So in other words, you want to play first, then you put the pedal down. Play, pedal goes down. So it's like the pedal is engaged on a delay. You don't want to do them together. You can, but what happens if you do this, if you constantly pedal while you play at the same time, you don't hear the effect of the sustain pedal. So I'm just playing some chords with my right hand. I'm not pedaling, but look what happens if I pedal at the same time and release at the same time with my hands. You're not hearing any different. You don't hear any difference because I'm pedaling and releasing at the same time. And the release portion of the pedaling is the most important. And so this is what you want to do. You want to play, pedal. Once you lift to move to the next chord, the pedal should be down. Once you play the next chord, you release the pedal and down again like a flutter. And the reason why you keep the pedal down once the hand is lifted is so the sound continues. Because remember that the pedal is there to sustain previously played notes. But you also want to make sure that you clear that sound once the new chord is played, because if I just keep the pedal down, you're going to hear the old harmony from that C chord still blending with the new harmony of the D minor chord. And you don't want that. So you want to make sure that when you pedal, as soon as you play this chord, the pedal flutters. As soon as you play this chord, the pedal flutters and go back down. Flutters, flutters. Yeah? And the flutter is to make sure that you're getting rid of the previously played sound to make room for the new sound. And so when I'm playing, you notice I'm lifting my foot or I'm pedaling with each new chord. You see that? So my foot just changing with each harmony. And I'm deciding also what notes I want to include in a particular harmony. So if I do something like this, because all of that was a F major arpeggiation, I kept the pedal down, so all of that stays in one harmonic sound, and it just gives you that big full. So you're hearing everything from here to there, one pedal. Yeah? Sometimes I may play a particular chord, but I'm doing a lot of chromatic runs over it, and so I'm changing the pedals, even though I'm still keeping the same harmony. For example, let's play this G minor. I can do stuff like, because if I keep the pedal down for all of that, it gets a little muddy. And so you have to, I release the pedal, hope you can see, I'm releasing the pedal. Sometimes I might do that or that, so I can easily go on and off the pedal. Yeah? One pedal. And when I do more funky stuff like that, you realize my pedal becomes even more frequent, touch and go. And this takes a while, folks, to get that sort of coordination between hands and foot. Yeah, it's not something that that just comes overnight. And the most important concept I want you to take away from this video is that the pedal is supposed to engage when you're releasing your hands. Then it needs to do a flutter to clear the old sound to make room for the new sound. That's the basic functionality of the pedal. Make sure your heel stays flat during all of that, and that you're just tapping as you would a gas pedal in a car using the ball of your foot, yeah? Sustain pedal. So go practice using the sustain pedal that way. And if you realize, if you also notice that to be able to use the sustain pedal in this fashion, you must be seated properly. In my course on building technique, I talk a lot about how to sit, getting the right bench, having your bench at the right height, because if you're too low or too high, you're going to realize that this feels difficult to keep your leg in this position. And so you always want to sit parallel to the floor. Make sure your bench is at an angle that you can sit parallel and comfortable. Also, you're not too close to the piano and you're not too far, because all of those will alter how your leg is situated for the sustain pedal. And that's very important. So that's the basic functionality of the pedal. Just pull this up. That I wanted to show you guys. Learn your chords, learn your scale, but make sure you're learning how to use a sustain pedal. I recommend these big pedals because they're heavier, so they don't move around. And that's one of the most important things when you're playing, that your pedal's not flopping all over the place. I also find that they're more durable. They don't break as easily as the other sustain pedal. So that's what I have for you guys today. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below on any challenges you may have using the sustain pedal. All right, until then, keep listening, keep singing, and keep practicing, and I will catch you soon in the next tutorial. Remember to hop over to Piano Lesson with Warren. Check out the courses over there where you can get full-length, hour-and-a-half courses on various topics to help you to excel and achieve your musical goals. Have a great day.